back to Vegas Live with Ninon. I'm Ninon, your host, and I have Brian Gardner with me. He actually is a reoccurring guest, and I just asked him, I said, how did you manage to get yourself back on set again? We only had him on a few months ago, and he said, what are you doing? Brian is truly a character. Now, I don't know what sort of character, but he's an author character, I guess.
Well, in all the right ways, I love you, so that's why I'm back, okay?
Well, that's a surprise.
What do you mean? I always loved you since I first met you. In the right way.
In the right way, yeah. We're not getting into anything.
No.
No, not yet, no.
There's many kinds of love, and this is a good one.
And it says, the banished.
Yes.
You are now banished.
yeah, okay, I'm leaving. All right.
No, Brian, how are you?
Oh, just fantastic. Things are going so good. I am the director and the main writer and producer of a new comedy show that's in production that's going to be online. It's a spoof on Saturday Night Live from the conservative perspective. Wait till some of the best comedy writing I've ever done.
And who are the people in it as of Las Vegas playing the comedy parts?
I love them as well.
Yeah,
Local actors who are not getting paid.
That's what we need. We need to help them because, this show's all about helping the actors, the authors, and everybody, producers, and whoever we can be out there and we can help. Yeah. I just got a message put on Facebook. I don't know, it was put on something. I don't know what it was, but it was not a very nice message about me. But I won't mention.
Shame on them.
Shame on them. That's what I figure. Shame on them. But from where it came from, I'm not surprised. But I just feel very sorry for the person that did write it because I really feel that, he could be something and somebody. So I'm not offended by it at all because if you put yourself out there, guess what happens?
Yeah.
Things happen. I mean, not everybody likes you.
Yeah.
And they get the wrong impression and the wrong things. But that's what life is all about.
Sure.
But you're doing comedy. I love the side of comedy. But you're doing what sort of comedy is it?
It's
a little different,
It's from the conservatives' perspective, but I don't like what Saturday Night Live has done. They're too brutal. They stick the knife in and twist it. We're going to keep the show PG.
Hang on a second. I have to correct this. You cannot knock a show, because I'm one for all shows are great. Okay. So you shouldn't knock a show to make your show better.
No, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying they put the knife in.
That's good. I'm glad they do that. Put the knife in and turn it, because I feel like doing that with a few people out there.
If they want to do that.
Well, because that must make Saturday Live. That's what makes it great. That's what people, it brings the energy out of somebody, because they go,
yeah. We've just decided to keep our show PG and make fun of things, and we have spoof commercials.
Well, sometimes but that's a different show, completely not different, but it's kind of
it's
different.
It's a spoof show.
Yeah. Now, when you say spoof,
yes,
the majority of people like that don't know we know what spoof means, but in a comedy show, what exactly does that mean?
A spoof would be you take a newsman, let's say, and he's reporting about a senator.
Okay.
And I'll give you a peek into one of our skits.
Okay.
So our newsman, played by a great actor, he's a comedian, stand-up comedian, Chris, I don't have his last name to hand, but Chris, really good guy. He gets on there and he says, well, there's a possible report that possibly unconfirmed reports state that possibly maybe the senator was seen with a prostitute. More news at 11. You see, that's what
That's a little edgy for Vegas, isn't it?
I know, but see, that's a spoof on how they report now. They don't report facts.
No, they don't. No, we've gone. They're trying to report news, I believe. I'm not sure. That sells, and I think a lot of people like comedy and they like fun things.
Yeah.
News sometimes should be in the right direction. If you're a news person, you should present it the right way. And that's just my feeling. Don't elaborate on, something. Yes, make a story out of it, put things out there, but keep it correct. Keep it what it really is. We're not getting any of that. And then we have them all one-sided news here, and then we have no news over here. So,
well, when
I'm
every
kind of
other
in the middle.
Yeah, when every other word is maybe unconfirmed reports, and you're making it like the senator did something wrong. That's the new assassination. We don't use guns anymore. You got a shooter.
We don't use guns anymore.
No, to assassinate our political leaders.
That's what we use.
We assassinate them in the news with unconfirmed reports. So that's just a little peek into the show.
That sounds like a good peek into the show. Now you wrote it.
I wrote almost all the skits.
So if I like it, good
promote it, would you? Would you put it on some social media like you tell me to do?
Well, Oh, hang on a second. Now, this is a bit of a dig going on here. Now, Brian is going a little bit. He's playing. Yeah, but we're live on. Hang on, everybody.
People are having fun watching
now,
this.
I'll tell you what. I asked him if he would share the program, like we should share the interview. Why on earth would you have an interview with me and not share it? What's the point of having an interview?
Let me go to my New York voice. I'm sharing already. Okay,
You're sharing already? All right.
I'm sharing already.
I haven't seen you share. All I see is one share. I don't see a lot of share. I'm teasing. Well, no, I'm not really teasing. So this.
Yes.
The banish. He's going to banish me soon.
No.
So what do you mean? What is it?
Okay.
I love this, by the way. You know what I love about this? What do you think I love about that? Number one, it's simple.
Yeah.
Number two, it's the red moon.
Yeah.
You know, they've got a lot about the red moon these days.
Yeah. This is actually a planet, one of the two planets in the story.
Oh.
But here's the thing.
Red planet.
It's about two planets that are separate, but they have an interesting connection. Raquel and Plentis. Now, Plentis sounds like you'd have all kind of...
So you have a male and a female want to get together in the air.
No. No, the planets don't collide. This is a PG book, okay? But here's the thing. The two planets are separate, but they have an interesting connection.
What's their connection?
I'm not going to tell you because you got to read the book.
Oh, I love that. You know what I love? I love when they come in and they say, oh, I've got this great movie coming out and I'm the producer and the director and the money person, but I can't tell you anything about the movie. Okay, great. Why did you mention it?
No, I will tell you.
Please
tell
me.
I will tell
Come
you.
on,
Yeah.
tell me.
So originally, there were some rebellious people on Raquel, and they wouldn't stop being rebellious. So they banished them to Plentis for 500 years to let them cool down. But guess what? The people on Raquel are very evil, and they did some underhanded things.
Evil.
Well, the leaders on Raquel are evil. They ignored the 500-year ban and left these people on Plentis to starve. They still send them a little bit of food in ships. But the young people say, hey, we don't belong here.
So the other one, they rely on Raquel.
Yes.
Well, I would imagine that if they were them, they should not get upset with Raquel if they rely on them.
But they're cutting back the supplies because they want to kill the people on Plentis because they know the secrets of the evil thing that was done.
Well, I think Plentis is on a losing battle, personally.
Yes. Well, the young people, I have this strain in the book where the young people say, hey, we don't belong here. We need to find out what the truth is. You know how young people are just, let's go, you know.
Young people are the best people in the entire world.
The future of any country. But the most fun I had with this book is coming up with...
He has fun all the time, never mind the book.
All right. But no, the most fun I had with this book was coming up with the names of the characters. How about this one? The hero, Sarah Tabor.
Sarah Tabor.
And the evil guy, Drellin Norris.
Drellin? I like the Drellin name.
And our hero on Plentis?
Yes.
Perel Kelm.
And how did you invent all these names?
I sat there and I went, let's see, Perel Kelm. Okay, that's the name. Now, the other thing is we don't know what universe this is in. You know that...
Good job I don't mind interrupting. Do you know why? Because he could talk and talk and talk and talk. I never get a word in edgeways.
Okay, should I wait for 10 seconds before I continue?
Yes. No, I think he's being sarcastic. All right, Brian, go ahead.
No, check this out.
Check what out? I'm checking you out.
Yeah, I go over this with my grandkids all the time. Space goes on forever in every direction from where we're sitting.
Well, only because it's round.
Whatever. Yeah.
Well, do you have a square moon? Do we have a square up there?
So we don't know where these people are. So I wanted to come up with some names that weren't exactly from our world, even though they speak English, so we can understand what they're saying. So instead of a phone, it's a phonatello.
A phonatello.
And instead of doctors, they're called medicals. Now, one of the Mephin Stem is a kind of an anti-hero. He's kind of a Indiana Jones type. Guess what he drinks?
I'm not on a guessing trip.
A Smarsh ale, which only becomes carbonated once it gets inside of you.
Okay.
And Sarah Tabor are
so
big.
It becomes all bubbly inside.
Yeah, you know.
Starts to manifest bubbles.
So Sarah Tabor's very, he's educated, he's very conservative and all that. Guess what he drinks? Only water from ice on asteroids. That's all.
Only water on ice.
No, from ice on asteroids.
Ice.
And there's an interchange.
Where did you get all this from? You must have been having a few nightmares.
I don't know. But there's an interchange between Cerame and Tabor and Methven.
So who do you think this book would reach, and who do you think, what did you guide yourself to? Did you guide yourself from 15 to 25, from 25 to 45?
It's 15 to 110. Now, there's a magic...
Well, wait a second, 15. You mean a 12-year-old can't read this?
Oh, they could. I think 15s are probably,
It's more, okay.
Yeah,
right.
But there's a magic with these things we call books that you cannot find anywhere else. And I love what I'm about to tell you. You can sit down in the quiet of your home and pull out the Lord of the Rings, and there's nobody knocking on your door, and you put your phone away, and your wife's upstairs, whatever. It's quiet. And you're sitting in your recliner chair.
Yes.
You are transported to Middle Earth, or you're transported to the bounty in the ocean, or you're transported. And that's what I wrote this for, to give people a chance to let the magic of reading a book take them.
Well, I think you've got your readers out there. You've still got a tremendous amount of people out there that read. They love to read. I'm not a reader myself, but I am a reader on the internet, and I watch most news programs. I'm not a film watcher. I don't do all that stuff. Okay. But I'm mostly, I like to know what's going on. I like news that's around the world, because I love worldly things. I like to know what's going on with everything. I'm a bit nosy, actually, but I like it.
So this book has intrigue. It has deceit. It has a surprise that you will not expect.
What's the surprise?
The surprise is that an electronic recording is made of what the evil guy did, and he doesn't think that the good guys have a copy of it, and they play it before the entire population of Raquel, embarrassing him on a planet where your history of your family is everything.
Wow.
Now, I brought something...
That's nothing new, though, because now, this day and age, everybody spies on everybody. You've got cameras over everybody. You've got words everywhere. You've got things everywhere. So are you going to make this into a movie?
I'm waiting for the people to contact me, yes.
So you are making it into a movie?
No, I'm not yet, but I think it would be a fantastic movie.
Have you got people interested in making
not
this
yet.
movie? Not yet. So you haven't put it out there.
Yep.
Okay, so...
But you can get this on Kindle, or you can buy a hard copy like this.
You can buy, how much is
it's like $3 for the book, and then something like...
Who published this book?
Me.
You published it?
Yeah, through Copperfield Printed Word. It's a company I have called Copperfield Productions.
And that's on the internet?
It's on the Kindle e-site. You can either get a Kindle version or a hard copy.
Or a hard copy.
You just go to the Kindle e-site. Now, I brought you something very special, because in my resume, I talked about being interested in science fiction.
Yes.
And look what I brought for you. Now, this is a standard 20th century device, but I have added all kind of decals to it and made it into a 24th century prop.
Oh, look
because
at that.
I love making props. Look at this one. I'll hold this up too.
This is, I've got to find out how to work this.
It kind of doesn't do much, but it looks really cool when you're doing this number. You know?
He doesn't know who he's talking to. I have no idea.
But isn't that cool looking? Wouldn't you like to hold that if you were in the 24th century?
I'm holding it now in the 20th. First century.
But I have so much fun with this.
And so this needs batteries too. And what do you do with this one? You can speak. No, that's the button.
it's more of a static.
How old are these things?
I mean, how long ago did I make them?
Oh, you made these.
I added the decals to them, so they would look.
The decals.
Yeah.
So
I go to Goodwill and find interesting electronic devices, and I doodad them up with.
Well, I have to say thank you very, very much.
I thought you'd enjoy seeing those.
I will enjoy seeing those. Those are absolutely
amazing. And this one is particularly cool because it does this, right?
Yes.
Captain, we need to,
And when was that made, do you think?
Oh, gosh, 5 or 6 years ago, and I got it for next to nothing at Goodwill, and then just added the decals to it.
Oh, so you shop at Goodwill, do you?
Oh, yeah, because I find all kinds of interesting props, you know, and things that I can turn into props.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you go to Goodwill. He goes to Goodwill to buy things that people don't want. Right. Because they got to get there, so somebody doesn't want it, but you want it. And that's funny because I have an antique store, a booth. And, of course, I've got things in the antique store that people don't want. I get them.
You notice I'm letting you talk now?
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you very much indeed. He's sitting back there like, you know. So now what's your next move?
The next thing is to continue the filming so that we can get an episode in the can of the comedy show, and then we're going to release it everywhere.
Don't you have to have like 6 of them or something, or 5 or 6 of them?
We might go for having 2 because we're only doing 1 a month.
You're doing 1 a month?
Yeah, so having 2 is probably good enough.
And what network do you think this will go on?
We're working that out yet. I'm not sure, so I can't really say. But I have a really good prospect with a gentleman that I met with yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is he in the distribution department?
He has his own network.
Oh, he has his own network.
Yes.
And what network is that? Must give him publicity.
Yeah, Guy Dawson, the PR Connections.
I know Guy Dawson.
Yeah, we're hoping to be on his.
Hey, Guy, how are you?
He's a great guy. You're a great guy, Guy.
Yeah, Guy Dawson. Yeah, very nice guy.
So we're hoping that we're going to have it on.
So he has his own network.
Yes.
You know, it's funny when everybody says they have their own network. So many people have their own network now.
Right.
I mean, everybody has their own network.
That's a good thing.
Oh, of course it's a good thing. It's a wonderful thing. So how can people reach you, Brian?
The best way to reach me is bgardner2323 at yahoo.com, or you can go to the Kindle e-site and pick up a Kindle version of this if you don't like the paper.
Yes.
Or you can get a hard copy of it, and my next edition will have bigger type.
Yes, I was saying that the type is, it's a little bit small for people to read,
of course.
You know, so it has to be a little bit bigger.
And you know what I love is I put my book out there, I get all kind of suggestions like that, and the book just keeps improving.
Keeps going. It keeps getting better. And how much is this book again?
I think on Kindle it's about $3 for the hard copy and $2 for the Kindle or something.
I personally think it's just something fascinating to read, something different, and it definitely, the Banished. Oh.
Yeah.
That's what they are. A great guest. Brian Gardner is always very exciting. I don't know. I don't know if he's ADHD or whatever he is. And he says, "No, I'm not." He said, "This is
some alphabet soup." I'll
Alphabet.
tell you what. I hope to come back next time with a trailer for the comedy show.
Okay.
Ooh,
well, no, we don't want a trailer. We want you actually on a network.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
I
don't want no trailers.
Can I call you every time I'm depressed and get bumped up where I should be?
No, you cannot call me every time you're depressed, because that could be probably twice a day, 3 times a day.
No, I never get it. But what you just said is perfect. What a great big think. I love it.
Think big.
Yeah.
Think small, you'll be small. Think big, you'll be big. Thank you for watching Vegas Live with Ninon. Brian Gardner.
Thank you.
Amazing guy. He always comes up with something and a tremendous amount of energy. Don't forget The Banished. We'll be back. If you enjoyed the last show we just did and all the other shows, don't forget to subscribe. Vegas Live with Ninon on YouTube. We've got plenty more coming up, and our guests are amazing. So don't forget to subscribe. We'll be right back. Vegas Live with Ninon.